Tom Phillips, you are a massive Mass Effect nerd, and you've been looking at the new gameplay that was shown for Andromeda last night at the Game Awards. You want to point out some stuff that people might not have seen first time around.
Yes, BioWare has done a great job of filling it full of little bits and pieces of information for us to hopefully pick out right now.
They bloody better well have after the wait we've had for this. All right.
It's been a while. So, Andromeda, we still don't have a release date, but it's coming fairly soon, we hope, spring next year. And this lovely trailer opens with a nice montage of pretty environments.
It's looking very pretty.
And here we are zooming straight into the redesigned galaxy map. Sort of familiar, but a lot more streamlined. And we're heading to the planet Kadara, which is obviously one of these planets in Andromeda that you visit for the first time. And humanity is on its way here to try and find a new home. There's your ship.
So this sort of city or town that they first go to is a settlement that's existed before the Pathfinders arrived, right?
Yes, that's right. So just pointing out here, first of all, we've got two new squad mates, Drac the Krogan. And
mate, love a Krogan in the squad.
I know. Yeah, I was a Rex man through and through. And Vetra is your female Tyrian.
Right.
And on the left, there is two aliens, one in red, one in blue, and they are a new race which has not yet been seen. So these are aliens from a race that didn't come over from the Milky Way. They are native to Andromeda. And there are lots of clues to this new alien race that we've not yet sort of really had detailed, and it points to them being called the Angara. More on that in a bit.
Okay, cool.
This settlement is set up by people who've come over from the Milky Way galaxy on the Nexus, which is sort of the Citadel-esque forward command vessel, which was sent ahead of the Arks.
They sort of got the camp set up before.
Yeah. But something it's like the fact that you've got this sort of piratey colony suggests that it hasn't all gone harmoniously.
Sure, absolutely. And this lady here that you speak to seems to be like the
pirate
chief lady.
Yeah, and hilariously she has a Cockney accent as well and a buzz cut.
There won't be.
Which, is perfect.
So this is cool because we see the dialogue wheel for the first time.
Yeah, and you see that sort of head icon in the middle. That's one of the new sort of types of response that you can give rather than just a simple Paragon Renegade. It's more the Dragon Age style of different sort of emotional responses. And you're about to see Sarah here interrupt, which of course is something that was in the previous games, but now it says disarm.
Yeah, so you actually have some context. You're not just going to take that Krogan and throw them through a window or
push
something.
them out a window. Yeah. Maybe
you might do, but
it
will say throw through the window.
You'll make a fully informed choice should that be what you want to do.
That's good. That's useful.
So we're heading out on the Nomad now, which is the new Mako vehicle, 6 wheels, no cannon this time around. I think you could probably just drive over people, but we don't see that. We see some proper gameplay of shooting coming up. And here is the new scanning technique, and right there was a flash of something which came up. You're investigating why this Krogan has been murdered, and it looks like the attacker is an Angara, which is that species that we mentioned just before.
Right. Well, that's going to be awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, well, see.
So the scanner is used for grabbing resources, it looks like we've seen already in the previous sort of gameplay demo, but also as a sort of Batman style, let's go around and see what happened in this crime scene.
You've got a deceased Krogan, yeah. Oh, poor Krogan. But then we are sort of the invaders in Andromeda.
Right.
So we got a good look at some combat gameplay now, and I love this bit. So you're jetpacking up right here, and then you're going to do a biotic Vanguard charge right in, which is
really fluid, compared to the original trilogy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this, and I really like how they've marked sort of they've added in a lot of the new Andromeda gameplay stuff, but kept it feeling quite Mass Effect. You're about to see, so you got mechs, that's very Mass Effect 2, and also the weapon wheel, which pauses combat. If you look there were the some of the weapons are named as weapons from the original trilogy. Right there on the left, we're looking at sort of the 305 mark. There was another Angara, which seemed like it was on your squad. So that's interesting, and BioWare has said that there is going to be a squad member on your team from one of the Andromeda
races. That makes sense. Yeah, I like all the dashing, and I really like the moment where you jump up onto the tower using your biotic ability to get a height advantage. I just think there seems to be a bit more going on this time around.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of old and new, and they've mentioned adding verticality into the game, which is helped by having the jetpack too. So they're talking about now looking at the gear that you get to wear, and instead of sort of like a suit all in one as it was before, you now have head, chest, arms, legs, which you can craft. They will have their own stat boosts, obviously. And as we...
Yeah, it looks like there's a bigger emphasis on crafting here. Like the voiceover during the trailer suggested that's most of...
and resource gathering as well. It's more sort of, you are out on the frontier and this stuff isn't just available at the shop, right? You have to go find it yourself.
This big fellow, right?
Yeah.
Sort of looks like a Krogan that's gone a bit feral. that's my contribution to this trailer analysis.
Also, it's got little baby ones too. You could imagine these popping up in Dragon Age, actually.
Yeah. That reminded me of the sort of one of the kind of boss encounters that you'd have on the world map. Like not quite the dragon, but something a bit meaty.
Yes, and another new ability here, handy little shield that you could duck behind.
And a flamethrower.
And a flamethrower. So as we go past the 4-minute mark, we're getting a montage of some missions, some of which are named up in the top right. And it's interesting to see we've got the Vetra loyalty mission. That's your female Turian squad mate. Yep. Each of your squad mates has a loyalty mission.
That's a surprise, isn't it?
I know. And one of the others is one called PB's Mysterious Remnant Signal. So of the 3 Andromeda races, the Ket, which are the bad guys, the Angara, which look like sort of peaceful or like neutral people that we've seen today. We've also got the Remnant, who are the spidery sort of alien-looking things that were first seen back at the PlayStation event, like the 4K gameplay that we had. And that's more or less about it. So yeah, they managed to hide quite a lot in this gameplay demo. But at the end of the trailer, it still says Spring 2017.
Which is nice and vague.
Nice and vague indeed. Hopefully we'll hear more soon.
Excellent, cool. Well, thank you for being a nerd.
Bye-bye.